Mr. Gurdip, presidents from both the clubs, fellow Rotarians, Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen, my privilege to introduce the chief guest. He may be my namesake, but he's way, way ahead of me in many ways, particularly in the context of understanding life and moving on with it, and also spreading the message as to how to heal yourself going back to nature. Gurdip is an American-based Indian, author and active Rotarian with the Rotary Club of Linwood in Los Angeles. He believes that good health is the birthright of every human being, but the majority are ignorant of this fact and therefore accept sickness, disease, and related sufferings as a normal part of life. He also believes that the most powerful medicine is to teach how to stay away from it by allowing yourself food and way of life to become your medicine. He calls his following 3 books that were recently released in India the basic course books to learn how to live life in abundance by understanding your true nature and fulfill your destiny on earth by finding true everlasting success in every single area of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Gurdip, who's spreading the message of creating your own natural health and right to it. Thank you.
A very good evening to all of you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I am here today because once my father was here. He was a Rotarian in Chandigarh in the 60s. And he was a Rotarian till the last day on earth that he was here, till March 16th, 2000. He was a Rotarian in his mind, in his body and spirit. I never had the privilege of serving with him while he was still alive. So after he left, I wanted to carry on his good work in my own way. And the first step was to become a Rotarian, which I became. And today I have the privilege of having my daughter and son-in-law here with me. And I hope they will become Rotarians and serve with me, which I couldn't do with my father. I'm here today to deliver a message of good health, a message of success, prosperity, and abundance, and a message of love. Many years ago, a great teacher said, "And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." When he spoke these words, the people who heard him, they complained. They said, "We are the children of God, never in bondage to any man. So how will we be set free? Because we already are free." If today I repeat the same words to you, "And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free," perhaps you may also complain. You may say, "The Britishers left long ago. We are not in bondage to any man or any nation. So how will we be set free? Because we already are free." My dear fellow Rotarians, the problem then and the problem today is the same. The majority of humankind was and still is in bondage. Why? Because we do not understand the meaning of truth. When that great teacher said, "The human body is the temple of God," that was and still is the truth. When he said, "The kingdom of God was inside you," that was and still is the truth. When he said, "Search for that kingdom which is inside you, and you will find it," that was and still is the truth. When he said a day will come that each person will become a priest. Yes, each person will become a priest or a caretaker of his very own temple. That was and still is the truth. Why is it still the truth? Because truth never changes. I accepted these truths many years ago. I accepted that this body was my temple. I accepted that the kingdom was inside me. I accepted that I have to search before I will find that kingdom which is inside me. And I accepted that I was the priest or the caretaker of my temple. With this acceptance, I realized that it wasn't enough. That I went to the man-made temple once a week for worship and forgot this God-made temple, my very own human body. And since I was the priest, what would be the best way to keep it clean, pure, and healthy? So I went back to the times gone by to find out how a priest maintained the man-made temple. In fact, I met a priest living in a remote village in the south of India who was still following this ancient technique. And this is what he did. When he woke up in the mornings, the very first thing he did was to wash the temple on the inside with water. Why did he do that? Well, a lot of people came into the temple yesterday, so the floor was dirty and needs to be washed. And I began doing likewise. When I wake up in the mornings, the very first thing I do is to wash my temple on the inside by drinking 1.5 liter water. Why do I do that? Well, a lot of toxins came into my temple yesterday from the foods that I eat. As we all know, the foods today are poisonous, full of pesticides and herbicides. So my floor, which happens to be my stomach, is dirty and needs to be washed. Today, medical science agrees that every sickness, every disease is due to toxins in the body. When you drink that much water, 1.5 liters in the morning, all the toxins will be washed away. No toxins, no disease. It's a simple law of nature. The second thing which the priest did was to take a duster and clean the windows, the idols, and the statues. Why did he do that? Well, a lot of dust came into the temple yesterday, so these things are dirty and they need to be cleaned. And I began doing likewise. Using my fingers, I breathe in from one side of my nose and breathe out from the other side. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm sure you must have seen Baba Ramdev doing this. It's called Lom Vilom. Why do I do it? Well, a lot of dust came into my temple yesterday. So my windows, my idols, and my statues, which happen to be my internal organs, are dirty. And this simple yoga technique clears the dust away. The third thing which the priest did, he went around on a physical inspection of the temple to check if the bricks, the blocks, the infrastructure was intact. And if there was a problem, he fixed it. And once again, I began doing likewise. I go into my gym. First, I ride the bicycle for 30 minutes. While I'm riding the bicycle, I also do Reiki. Reiki is one of the most ancient healing spiritual sciences. It is said that Lord Shiva brought the knowledge of Reiki down to earth. So Reiki balances your positive and negative. As we all know, today there is more negative inside us and less positive. So Reiki is that amazing tool which balances your positive and negative and makes you healthy in your mind, body, and spirit. After that, I do yoga and physical training to keep my bricks, my blocks, my infrastructure intact. Now let's look at a scenario. If the priest didn't do all these things, what would happen? Let's say he didn't wash the floor for 30 days. He didn't clean the windows, the idols, and the statues. Wouldn't the temple be in a mess? And would people like to go for worship to such a dirty temple? I'm certain none of you would like to go to a place of worship which is not clean. And if he didn't physically inspect to keep the infrastructure intact, what would happen? One day, the temple would be in ruins. Then forget people coming for worship to that temple. Even he himself wouldn't be able to live inside it in peace and comfort. Likewise, if I didn't do all these things, that is drinking 1.5 liter water, breathing, Reiki, yoga, and physical training, my temple would also be in a mess, and perhaps one day in ruins, when I'll be surrounded with major health issues like diabetes, high or low BP, heart problem, or the biggest of all, cancer. Then, would I be able to live inside this temple in peace and comfort? Would I be able to do all the things that I need to do? Would I be able to enjoy my journey on this beautiful planet? My dear fellow Rotarians, these are my truths. The truths that I discovered by making practical application of the words of that great teacher. And these truths have set me free from bondage to sickness and disease, free from bondage to these dangerous drugs and medications that provide no permanent healing, and free from bondage to failure, depression, and worries. Since the day I became the priest of my temple, I haven't fallen sick. For a number of years, my friends were surprised that how I kept getting younger with each passing year. And they wanted to know the secret behind my youth. I am 61 years old. Don't go by the color of my beard. If I color it, you'll say, wow, this guy looks like probably 30 or 35. So I'm 61 and I call myself born again, having died from old age and born into a new age, where my good health has become my biggest wealth. And it makes me live and enjoy my life to the fullest. Whatever project or mission I undertake becomes a success story. It's like saying, whatever I touch turns into gold. And believe me, I'm not doing anything supernatural. Whatever I do, all men and women can do. You can do it. You can do it too. In fact, every one of you can do it. And it's all in my new book. Go back to nature and heal yourself. Yes, go back to nature and heal yourself in each and every aspect of life. We all need healing. Healing with our health, with our work, our business, and most important, healing with our relationships, which are breaking down because our health is breaking down. My previous 2 books, The Conscious, Unconscious, and Superconscious Mind, and Mental, Physical, and Spiritual Health, came out a few years back. And these books have helped numerous people who made practical application of the knowledge they contain to move on to that road which leads to good health, success, and prosperity. Knowledge is extremely powerful. In fact, the very first chapter of my new book is called Knowledge is Power. It's true, knowledge is power, but only when practically applied. And what is that one thing which stops you from making practical application of the knowledge that comes your way? Well, it's a deep-rooted habit called procrastination, which stops you from making practical application of the knowledge that comes your way. And the amazing part is, 80% of the world population has the habit of procrastination. The success ratio in every country is 80-20, which means only 20% people are successful in what they do, while the remaining 80% live ordinary lives and often wonder what is wrong with them, or why God is so unkind, why God is not answering their prayers, why God is not blessing them, He's blessing others. The only thing that is wrong with them is their habit of procrastination. What they should do today, they leave it for tomorrow. And that tomorrow never comes. Since the day I was born, I haven't seen tomorrow. I don't know if anyone here has seen tomorrow. Has anyone seen tomorrow? So there is no tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, it comes as today. So whatever you need to do, you have to begin today. You have to take the first step today. And then bit by bit, you will be able to fulfill your dreams and your goals. My new book, Go Back to Nature and Heal Yourself, not only reveals my personal and universal secrets on how to succeed in every single area of your life. It also shows in a very easy and practical manner how to get rid of procrastination. The formula of success is extremely simple. When you are healthy, whatever you will do it in a healthy manner. And a healthy manner is a successful manner. You may have often heard that health is our biggest wealth. But to be wealthy in the true sense, you've got to be healthy. Because no amount of wealth can ever buy you good health. Michael Jackson and Steve Jobs were two highly talented individuals. And they both died in their 50s. They had a lot of wealth, but that wealth couldn't save them from dying. Had they known this truth and taken care of themselves, they could have lived for another 20, 30, or even 40 years. Imagine the amount of music and entertainment Michael Jackson could have provided to his millions of fans. And how many more amazing gadgets Steve Jobs could have created for all of us to enjoy. But they had to leave. In fact, before Michael died, he was preparing for a series of concerts in London. The tickets had all been sold out. But Michael had to leave without fulfilling his dream of staging a great comeback. I'm certain every one of you has a dream. Don't you have a dream? And would you like to leave without fulfilling it? Okay, if the answer is no, then you should try and understand the meaning behind the words of that great teacher. When he said, "And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." The truth about your good health is what he was talking about. This is why he clearly referred to the human body as the temple of God and pointed out that the kingdom was inside you. So is it not your duty to keep that temple, that kingdom, clean, pure, and healthy? Isn't that our duty? Do you know that God made us in His own image? Every holy book confirms this fact. He is a creator, and He made us in that image and gave us the power to create anything that we want. Now, to create a successful life and fulfill all your dreams and goals, the only thing that you need to do is to take care of this amazing gift, this human body He has given us. The human body is the biggest wonder on earth. Those 7 wonders, we have made them. But this wonder is made by God. And it was made to last for a good 100 years without facing any problems. And the amazing part is, it fixes problems by itself. The way you see me today, I wasn't like this 16 years back. At age 46, I looked much older because I wasn't taking care of myself. My eyesight and many other organs were getting weak because I was abusing my body to the maximum with all the wrong things. The moment I started taking care of it, my vision began to improve. Today, at age 61, I have perfect vision. You can well imagine what might be the state of my other internal organs, which are functioning like they were functioning when I was 25 years old. About 6 years ago, upon the advice of Dr. James Brodsky, who is a practicing homeopath and naturopath in Los Angeles, I went through various blood tests. When the results arrived, he was seemingly shocked, because those results were not of someone who was 55 years old, but of someone who was 25 years old. And he said to me, "My friend, what are you up to? What are you doing to be in such phenomenal state of health?" And I gave him a copy of my book, Mental, Physical, and Spiritual Health, and told him, whatever I do, it's all in this book. You can follow the same guidelines, the same lifestyle, and get the same results. Last year, I did the same tests once again, and Dr. David Notte, who is a senior medical officer in Ghana, confirmed the same facts. And he said to me, if you continue doing what you are doing every day, even at age 100, all your cells and organs will be working in an optimum manner. And you'll be able to do all the things that you did when you were 25 years old. So my daily morning acts of drinking 1.5 liter water, breathing, Reiki, yoga, physical training have taken me back to youth. And as I earlier said, I'm not doing anything supernatural. Whatever I do, everyone can do. These daily morning acts, I call them body worship. Worshipping your body. People go to places of worship once a week to worship God, but I worship Him every day by taking care of this most amazing gift, this human body that He has given me. Those places of worship, we have made them from bricks and stones, while this temple is made by God from flesh and blood. If we consider those man-made monuments as sacred and holy, shouldn't we consider this God-made monument also as sacred and holy? And give it the same respect and honor by taking care of it? Shouldn't we do it? My dear fellow Rotarians and my dear fellow travelers on earth, what is the truth? What is the truth after all? Your good health is your only truth. And what will set you free from sickness and disease, from these dangerous drugs and medications that provide no permanent healing, and from failure, depression, and worries? It's only your good health that can set you free. These books that I have, I call them the basic course books on how to live life in abundance and fulfill all your dreams and goals by understanding your true nature. These books will help you to find out who you are. You are someone inside this human body. This body is just a tool, an instrument for us to do our journey on earth. Like this throat is an instrument for me to speak. If tomorrow something happens to my throat and I cannot speak, I am not dead. So who am I? These books will help you to find out who you are and change your lifestyle by making practical application of the knowledge that comes your way and move onto that road which leads to a heaven on earth. It's all about change. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Be that change which you want to see in others." There is this little story I want to share with you about this fellow who wanted to change the world. He spent a good 10 years of his life in doing that. And at the end of it, he realized he wasn't able to change even one single person. Then he said, okay, let me change my country. And he spent 10 good years of his life trying to change his country. At the end of it, he realized he wasn't able to change even one single person. Then he said, let me try and change my city. And he spent 10 good years of his life trying to change his city. At the end of it, he realized he couldn't change even one single person. Then he said, let me try and change my family. Since I'm the bread earner, they would at least listen to me. And he spent the next 10 years of his life trying to change his family. At the end of it, he realized he couldn't change anyone. Then he said to himself, I spent 40 years of my life trying to change others. Now let me spend the next 10 years and change myself. And he started to change. He realized during those 40 years, he never took care of himself. He was in the worst possible health situation with every kind of health issue. So he started working upon himself, changing his body in which he lived. And he was amazed. His wife started changing. She also had gone out of shape. She couldn't fit into those clothes in which she came when they got married. So she also started working upon herself. And the children started to change. The children were also unhealthy because the father and mother were unhealthy. They began to change. So this became a family of change. And the children, they started finding success in the work that they were doing. So it became a family of change, a family with a lot of love in between them, and a family which was succeeding. When the neighbors saw what was happening, they started to change. From there, the entire city changed. And one day, the nation changed. Then this man said, I can see now that it all begins from you. If you change, everyone changes with your change. And I'm certain one day the entire world will be able to change. This philosophy of change, why should we change ourselves? Many people say, I'm okay the way I am. I'm happy. I don't want to change myself. This philosophy of change, how does it go with the four-way Rotary test? If we change and become healthy, so our children, our families can change. Is it the truth? Yes, this kind of change is the truth. Is it fair to all concerned? Yes, it is fair to all concerned. Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Yes, it will build goodwill and better friendships. Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Yes, when you are healthy and the entire world becomes healthy and it becomes a heaven on earth, it will be beneficial to all concerned. These 3 books are the tools for that change. I have these books lying over there, wrapped as a gift, which my sweeter half, or I would say my sweetest half, my wife, she did these wrappings. I would like you to take these books home with you. The price of these books, the 3 books, is 1,000 rupees. If you find value in them, then please mail a check to the publisher. The address is inside the book. And if you don't find any value in them, then please accept it as a gift from a fellow Rotarian and pass them on to somebody else who will find some value in them. So my dear fellow Rotarians, I wish you good luck, and may you be guided by the highest power at every step in your journey of changing yourself by going back to nature and healing yourself. May God bless you all.
May I now invite Rotarians to lead the stage and propose a formal vote of thanks.
Good evening, friends, fellow Rotarians, respected seniors. I think the silence which has just been made in this room now because of Sir and change and illustrating the way he did, I am back to my UKG because I could not learn all this when I think my teachers missed it. So this kind of a learning, this kind of illustration, this kind of a passion, maybe illustrating with a priest and a temple, it's something not exactly new, but we were not aware. Thank you so much, sir, for awakening. So I am speechless. I have no words to thank you personally, but on behalf of Rotary Club, Midtown Chandigarh and Rotary Club Mohali, I thank you so much for coming all the way and giving us a wonderful, priceless, passionate, and I don't know, there's one word missing in me that's still in my soul, a change. Thank you so much, sir, and I request you once again, whenever you come here, you get a time, kindly keep visiting our club and give us your best valuable knowledge, whatever. I think in future we all would like to be on a cover page of your book with a change. Let me be changing, right?
Yes.
More handsome like you. Right.
I would love that.
Smart ladies around, and I think that message should be in this country, starting from this room. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.